It all started at the stroke of midnight. There I was in my bed, lurking on TikTok as I do every night before I go to bed. And I'm just scrolling. And then I stumbled across a piece of fried gold.
Goodbye. Fuck you, bye.
No, not that one. It was actually this one. Baby. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. Is that a floating DeLorean from Back to the Future Part 2? And not only was this DeLorean floating, but all of the details had been carefully considered. All the accessories were there, the almanac, the hoverboard, all the lights precisely as they were in the movie itself. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. That late night TikTok session set me scrambling. I was on the web, I was browsing, I was searching, I was surfing, and eventually there it was on a website called Kid Logic. I knew I had to have it, but then I took a look at the price. Oh, baby! That's a lot of ducats. That's a lot of ducats for something that's just gonna sit in my studio and float and look real pretty. Now, I had planned on buying the Apple Watch Series 5, but I'm not even embarrassed to say I put my Apple Watch Series 5 money into the DeLorean fund and I had just enough. Someone call Dr. Emmett Brown and let him know I got his floating DeLorean right here. So this was a complete impulse buy, and that was a true story. Late night on TikTok, I saw what was in this box, and I fell deeply, madly in love with it. I had to have it. I purchased it. Here it is. Let's unbox the limited edition floating DeLorean from Back to the Future 2, sold exclusively by Kid Logic. This is not sponsored. I paid for this all by myself. I probably shouldn't have, but I did. Now, they only made a limited selection of these. I don't know how many they made, but once they're sold out forever, which is one of the reasons why these are so expensive, I think. Morty! I don't know, Doc. That was a lot of money for a floating DeLorean. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Just have a look at that right there. It's a perfect 1/20th scale DeLorean replica set on a magnetic base. We got the DeLorean right here. We got the flames from when it hits 88 miles per hour. We got the hoverboard. We got the sports almanac. And we have the flying DeLorean wheels. Because where we're going, we don't need roads. Let's start with the main event here. I'm gonna be ever so delicate with this. The entire thing is absolutely precision crafted. I mean, just look at the detail. Okay, hold on, let's get the plastic off first. This thing is unbelievably detailed. It has all the parts inside the DeLorean, just like they were inside the movie. You got all the wires and accessories. You got Mr. Fusion right back here. Does it open? Oh, it even opens up. See, now I can tell why this thing is so expensive. It looks exactly like the car does in Back to the Future 2, and it has all the wires, all the little accessories all over it. Okay, now we have the DeLorean just like this, but what we need to do is actually remove these wheels and put on the wheels that make the car hover. And these guys just pop into here just like that. And there we go. Now we've got the floating wheels on. Now we can put this baby on the base and it should start just hovering right in place. Now in here, we have the base and we also have a stand. And there's two ways that you can display this car. You can put the regular wheels on and then have the flames coming off of it like it just hit 88 miles per hour. Or you can do, I think, what most people are doing, and that is put the base aside and bring out this big, beautiful, magnetic hover base. Ha! This is great. I didn't even realize this. This says Mr. Fusion, the home reactor. Now we gotta plug this guy in. I heard the hard part is actually setting this thing on the base. It's not easy to float. In fact, it even comes with this hover tool that you're supposed to use to place the car on there so that you can get it just right, and then you take it off and the car is supposed to float in place. I'm not gonna use that. I'm gonna try to set this thing down on the base with my bare hands. I got a very delicate touch. I think I'm gonna be able to do it. Let's give it a shot. Okay, here comes the hard part. Now we gotta set this thing down. Ooh, this thing isn't easy to balance. Let's see, did I get it? Oh, oh. All right, let's try this again. This isn't as easy as I thought it was gonna be. I'm gonna go ahead and set my hands on the table here. Oh, uh-oh, it's lighting up. It's lighting up. It's like trying to press two opposing magnets together. It doesn't want to stay balanced. Okay. Floating DeLorean, Back to the Future 2. Take 2. If you noticed I'm wearing a brand new shirt, that's because it's a brand new day. I tried floating this thing on this base for probably an entire hour. I could not get it to float. There's a lot of powerful magnets built in here, and if you don't float it just right, the car will actually snap down onto the base, and in the instructions it says you can actually break the car, so I was trying to be super duper careful. So I did a ton of YouTube research after I couldn't get this thing working. It turns out you actually need to have this thing plugged in, which the directions don't even tell you. I don't know if there's some type of like electromagnetic field that occurs when you plug it in, or what's going on, but it seems as though once you plug it in, then the car will actually float. I hope that works. Otherwise, this thing is definitely broken because I cannot get this DeLorean to float. Okay, I got the cable right here. Let's go ahead and plug this base in. Now, nothing's supposed to happen when the base is plugged in until you try to mount the car on it, and then that's when the magic floating capability is supposed to activate. Uh-oh. Oh! 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 No, still not there. Wait a second. I can't believe it! That was it! Now this thing is hovering perfectly in place. Okay, we gotta get the camera reset up here so I can turn on the power and we can activate the electricity that is running all throughout the car. This thing, it might just hop off the base and go right into a future Gadget Hunter video. Okay, now we got the B cam going. We gotta lay this on the base one more time for that full floating effect. Here we go. Once the power's on, there's a center sweet spot, and once you kind of have it perfectly over, you can kind of feel it snap into place. But just like being with Mrs. Judy Heath, you gotta get it just right. Here we go, baby. Here we go. Let's give it a little spin. There we go. There we are. How do you like that? It looks absolutely unbelievable. It's not as impressive when you're looking at it from downwards, but when you get right underneath it and you can see underneath the car, you can see that it's floating. That's when you're gonna be looking over your shoulder wondering if Biff Tannen's coming to get you. Okay, I'm happy. This is actually working, but there's a lot more to show. First and foremost, we gotta turn the lights on and let's get this DeLorean switched on. Now, I almost forgot to mention this kit comes with a teeny tiny little hoverboard and a teeny tiny little sports almanac. Now remember, you can't take hoverboards on the water. You're gonna need a bulldog for that, but this will help you bet on those future sporting bets. Put a few ducats in your pocket. I'm probably just gonna place these inside the car ever so gently. Okay, we got the lights set down. It's so romantic in here. Are you ready? Let's go ahead and activate the lights on the DeLorean right there. Baby. Marty! Oh, baby, every detail on here is just so finely tuned. You can see all the lights on inside of the cockpit. All the time circuits activated. The headlights are on. The tail lights are on. Let's go ahead and very gently open the doors, just like so. We'll pop those guys open just like this. Hold on, balance it out, balance it out. Give it a nice gentle spin. There we go. It's got lights in all the right places. The headlights are on, the tail lights are on. You can even see the flux capacitor. It's on, it's illuminated. The Mr. Fusion is turned on, ready to be powered with some banana peels. Now I know a lot of you might be thinking, I can't believe this dude spent $370 on this replica, but as you can see, once you put it on the base and it starts floating and all the lights come on, it really comes to life. This is hands down one of the coolest movie toys that I have ever seen. And if you like the Back to the Future movies, this is so nostalgic and reminiscent of those movies. It's gonna be something that you absolutely treasure in your house. Now, this is just the magnetic base that I'm showing you, but there's a whole nother base that we can use, that you can use these little flames. You attach them and the car just kind of sits up like it's ready to just bust into the future. Let's go ahead, take this off the magnetic base, and let's plug this guy into the other base and see how these bad boys look. Okay, first things first, if we're gonna put this on the regular base, we have to switch out the wheels, the hover wheels, for the regular wheels right here. Let's go ahead and do that real quick. Now these guys plug in here just like that, and I can already tell that I'm getting very excited. Yeah, that looks right. Now let's go ahead and plug this base in and let's see what happens. Now I think to turn this on, we just go ahead and we just touch this right here. And there we go, this car's ready to bust out of the present and go straight to the past, right to Biff Tannen's house. I have to admit, this is one of the most preposterous things I have ever purchased, and definitely one of the most ridiculous things I've ever unboxed on the channel, but it's also at the top of the list of stuff that's cool and fun that I have ever unboxed. Is it frivolous? Yes, absolutely, but the attention to detail, you get the little hoverboard, you get the sports almanac, all the little lighting effects, the way the car is wired, the fact that it comes with a magnetic base and the regular base, and you have the flames coming off the back. This is hands down one of the coolest movie toys I've ever seen. I don't think they make them any more detail oriented than this. I know what you're thinking. You want one now too. Well, if you're interested, I'll link this car in the description so you don't have to search the internet like I did. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up there. My name is Erfon Elijah, Gadget Hunter. I'm out of time. But if you like this content, if you wanna see more content just like this, make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Stay tuned, because I have more videos coming up in the future. And I'll see you guys next time.